Hi there, Summer from Cat Mama Sanctuary. I am here today to announce the launch of Cat Mama's Supply Store, which is a store I have created for homeless cat caregivers and rescuers like you to be able to get products that you need when you need them the most. So I'm really excited about the launch of this first product, which is the first aid box for community cats and kittens. So basically, in the years that I've been doing rescue and also caring for the cats here at my sanctuary, I've always needed supplies, and to not have them on hand means that I have to go to the vet sometimes, spend hundreds of dollars, and I don't know about you, but when we're rescuing cats, we spend most of our money on cats, and sometimes the vet can be pricey, and it really sucks if we don't have the funds to get them to the vet, or we need to ask for funds. So anyways, this caregiver first aid box is something that has all of the supplies that I have found very useful in the times that I've needed to help a cat. Maybe that I had found outside, a feral cat or anything like that. So these are pretty much supplies that you also might need in your day-to-day of helping all the homeless cats out there. So I'm going to go through the box, let you know everything that's in it, and if you are interested after this video, please drop a comment in the comments section below. You can send me a DM. You can also email me at catmamasanctuary@gmail.com or go to my website, catmamasanctuary.org. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first product in the box is feeder syringes. Now these are excellent syringes. They're dishwasher safe. I don't know about you, but when I'm trying to syringe feed a cat or a kitten, those medical syringes, they tend to not last very long, which is probably why they say they're single use, right? But these are actually ones that you might be able to use longer term to help feed cats that need to be fed via syringe. Next thing in the box are lactated ringers. Now, as we know, cats that are outside on the streets sometimes, and a lot of times, are dehydrated, and especially with the summer months coming up, having lactated ringers on hand is going to be very important. If you don't know how to use them, please consult your vets or ask somebody else in the rescue community to help you administer these. But for those that do know how to use them, this has been a lifesaver many times, at least for me. So you've got the lactated ringers. What comes with the lactated ringers, of course, is your IV line. And then you've also got your needles. Needles are important, obviously, and in here there's 520 gauge and 522 gauge needles. The 22 gauge needles will be a lot easier to do for kittens or very tiny cats, so it's not as intense as the 20 gauge needle. Also included is going to be a 20 ml syringe. I find, especially with kittens, if you have to do fluids, these are way better, at least for me, than using the bag to give fluids to kittens. So now we'll just go through the syringes here. You'll also be getting in this first aid box a 10 ml syringe. We've got 4 1 ml syringes and 2 3 ml syringes. Now, I know personally I can never have enough syringes, because when I need a syringe or I have to administer medicine, if I don't have them on hand, I'm going through the old ones that I have, and like these don't last all that long, so it's finding ones that are actually the rubber doesn't come off, or you know what I mean. So you've got 4 of these and 2 of these to help you with any medications that you would need to give to any cats and kittens in your care. Next, we've got the miracle nipples. Since it is kitten season, very important to make sure that we can feed kittens if we find them on the streets and not having their mama with them. So in this sample set, you're going to get one of the original miracle nipples as well as one of the minis, dependent on the size of the kitten. These will come in handy. And on that note, we also have our KMR, kitten milk replacement formula. So if you do stumble across cats that need this, you've got it in your first aid box. Or if somebody else that you know finds them, you can always offer it to them as well. Next on the list is going to be DoxyVet. Now DoxyVet is doxycycline. This is 50 milligrams per milliliters. What's really great about DoxyVet is it's pretty palatable. You can add it to their food and they will still eat the food. So that's always a bonus, because trying to medicate cats, especially feral cats that you can't get your hands on, this is great because you can just put it in their food and they won't even know. And next on the list is Doxy syrup. So Doxy syrup also is very, very palatable doxycycline, and this is 10 milligrams per milliliter. So this is kind of a lower dosage, which if you wanted to maybe use this for smaller cats or kittens, this would be my go-to. DoxyVet I use for the, you know, average size adult cats. Next we've got our Benebac. Benebac is one of my favorite probiotics because it is very palatable. You can mix it in with their food. They eat it all, and it really helps with any digestive issues that they've got. And you know, if they've got diarrhea, this has been a lifesaver. So the probiotics are also good. If you are using antibiotics, it's always advantageous to throw a probiotic in with your antibiotic regimen, just to make sure that all of the healthy gut flora and everything is still functioning properly, since you are using antibiotics. Next on the list, we've got, speaking of diarrhea, anti-diarrhea liquid. So this is kaolin pectin, as many of you probably know. It's great for helping to stop diarrhea. So you've got that in there if you need it. And then we've got the wound spray. Now what's great about this wound spray is oftentimes when we are out there dealing with homeless cats, they sometimes are injured, whether that's from a cat fight or some type of abscess, or who knows what injures cats out there on the streets. But if they are injured and have an open wound, this wound spray will help kill all of the germs in their wound. And a bonus on top of that is it also kills ringworm. So this is kind of a great 2-in-1, especially kittens who are so susceptible to getting ringworm. This will kill ringworm in addition to helping you clean any infected area. So you'll get that in the kit, and also we've got the gauze pads to help you clean the wounds will be included. And if you need to cover a wound, if the cat won't stop biting it, licking it, or anything like that, and you need it covered, you can have the wrap to go with your treatment of treating the wound. Next in the list, the all famous terramycin. That's right, we all love terramycin because it really helps cats that have gunk in their eyes, and especially kittens who seem to always have some type of URI if they live out on the streets. Terramycin is a lifesaver. Next on the list, we've got the Salapro. Now Salapro, you've got one for cats and for kittens. This is pretty much the same exact thing as Revolution. It's 60 milligrams of the selamectin. So this is going to help you when you've got ear mites. It kills ear mites, it kills roundworms and hookworms, it kills heartworm, and it also kills fleas. So if you've got cats out there that you're taking in that have fleas, have ear mites, which are the two concerns that I usually have, and especially with the weather warming up, I have found ear mites are becoming more prevalent. So quick, dosage of this on the cat will help clear that up for you. And also, one thing that a lot of cats have that live on the streets are worms and parasites. So these are all wormer tablets. This is going to kill all worms, hookworm, roundworm, tapeworm. And yeah, it's in one tablet. So one dosage is good for 3 months. And yeah, this will help you with any of the worms that you might come across that are in the cats. And it works for kittens too. So you can do it for cats or kittens, just the different size of the tablet that you would have to give them. All right. We also have our Hydra Care, which is just a hydration supplement. Probably a lot of you already know of this brand, but this is really if you do have underhydrated cat or kitten, that you can just syringe this to them or put it in a bowl and have them drink it if you're not comfortable doing fluids, or you don't need the fluids, but you know that they need a little bit more electrolytes and hydration in their system. All right, next we've got the Thermometer. Thermometer is important just to make sure that if you do find a cat that's in distress and need to take its temperature, obviously we've got the thermometer there. And with that comes the lubricating jelly, which is just Vaseline. Kind of a big bottle, I know, but hey, you're gonna have it for a while then. So yeah, this will help you when you are taking temperatures. And I thought this was important just because, you know, having a muzzle, if cats can't see things, they don't move as much. And if they are more on the aggressive side, if you're able to muzzle them, or even if they're not, but they're just too squirmy, having a cat muzzle is really, really great because it will limit their ability to be mobile. And then you can give the fluids, you can give any like maybe injections or whatever else that you need to do, shave mats or, you know, whatever. So the cat muzzle is included there. And we've got the stethoscope. So stethoscope's obviously going to be important if you are looking to check the heart rate, check the lungs, check how their breathing is. Having a stethoscope on hand will really help you determine whether the cat is in distress or if everything is functioning normally from what you can hear. And then, so how would you know that, what you're looking for? So that's why I have included this Red Cross Cat First Aid book. This is going to give you a lot of information if you find a cat and you don't know how to, do a basic assessment on the cat, what to look for. Everything is included in this book. So it's really, really advantageous to have this on hand, because then you might ask, well, what is the normal temperature for cats, or how many heartbeats per minute should I be listening for? Things like that. How do you address a cat that's been injured? Like, there's a lot. And there's also a DVD for anyone that still is using DVD players or has one on hand. You can watch the DVD as well. And then we've got our triage. Now this is intensive care formula. So this is great for cats that are maybe not eating, they've just come out of surgery, there's something going on, but they need to have food and nutrients in their system. You can just mix this with some water, pull it up in a syringe, and administer the intensive care formula to the cat to make sure that their body's getting everything that it needs. All right, and last but not least, we have Hannah Shaw's Tiny But Mighty, everything you need to know about hand-rearing kittens. So this is really amazing to have, especially during kitten season, and any time of year, but having it on hand, if you don't know what to do with kittens or you have questions, she's the expert. So I've included that as well. So you've got two really, really good books. If you're not sure or need more information and maybe you cannot get to a vet right now, because as we know, vets are booked out and some of them are not taking new patients, and if you need to know something right away, these two books are really, really going to at least give you base knowledge so that you can stabilize and make sure the cats are doing okay, because, well, you've got the information right here in your kit. So yeah, that's it. That is the extent of what is in the Caregiver First Aid box. And this box, we have 19 of them currently. If you're interested, like I said, PM me. The cost of the box is $250, which I feel is a really good deal, seeing as every time I go to the vet, I'm spending at least $150 to $300 just for basic stuff, and then maybe she's like, oh yeah, the cat's got, some gunk in their eyes and they look like they have a URI. So, darn it, where did I put it? So, basically, what's the vet going to give you? They're going to give you an antibiotic, right? And they're going to give you terramycin. And then you have to pay for the exam on top of that, which is going to run you well over $100 when you've got this for multiple vet visits that you don't have to go to if you know that this right here is what the vet gave you, and that'll clear it up in about 7 days, right? So it's an excellent value in my opinion, especially with us caregivers out there when we spend, I'd say I spend all of my paycheck on the cats here at the sanctuary and those that I'm trying to help out on the streets. So I was hoping that this would help ease the burden of all of the expenses of going to the vet for minor things that you can treat on your own without a vet. Now, in no way am I saying don't go to the vet, because for emergencies or just to make sure, you definitely want to go to a vet. But for those of us that maybe are experienced, and know at least the basics of what we can do to treat some of these minor conditions in cats, you've got it all here in your box. So I also have these products that you can buy individually if you're interested. All you've got to do is go to my website, catmamasanctuary.org. There should be a shop area where you'll see the Caregiver supply store, and all I ask is just register so I can keep tally of the caregivers out there that are utilizing the products in the store. We will also be getting food, most likely here in the next couple weeks. I'd say, I don't know, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we should have some food available as well for discounted rates that you can't find in the stores, just because we're really trying to make sure with the food shortages of cat food, we want everyone to be taken care of, and we don't want everyone to break their wallet or their pocketbook to care for these homeless cats out there. So the food will be available too, but right now we just have these products available for any caregiver that's looking to have these things on hand. So go to the website, register for the supply store, and you'll get full access to everything that's in the supply store. And we'll let you know when the food is available as well, and we'll have a location coming soon. So I wish everyone a great day, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing all of the good work that you're doing out there on the streets, helping all of these cats and kittens that need us the most, because if it wasn't for you, there would be a lot more suffering going on in the world today. So thank you, you are an angel, and keep up the good work. Bye now.